The newest Charizard EX from Shining Revelry has always been a card I've wanted to try climbing ranked with. What hurt the card the most was needing to get to a stage 2, then using Stoke to get online, which means you aren't doing any damage until at least your 4th turn. Having to be in the active spot to get its necessary energy wasn't doing it any favors either. If only there was a way to get to stage 2 faster. I was determined to use Stoke Charizard and Celestial Guardians, and after a couple of days of workshopping my deck, I finally got to Masters with a 63% win rate. If you don't count my early fumbles, I'd have at least a 70% win rate. In this video, I'm going to show you the core cards in the deck I used myself to climb with, and most importantly, how to play around enemy red cards. First off, Charizard needs a reliable partner. The whole Lone Wolf thing ain't gonna cut it here. Enter Incineroar EX. Able to dish out 50 plus damage with just 1 energy makes it a super strong support for when Charizard needs help. Early game consists of pressuring Charizard while attaching energy to Incineroar, so by the time Charizard goes down, you're ready to rock with a 140 damage wind up off the rip. No stoking necessary. The biggest problem with this pairing is Oricorio. If you find yourself facing this matchup a lot and are struggling, you can always swap out Incineroar for a Turtonator or Ninetales to melt the pesky bird. However, I found Incineroar too good to get rid of for other matchups, so I kept it in and tried my hardest against Oricorio. Burn it with Incineroar, and if the debuff stuck, finish it off with Charmeleon. With the partner selected, I built my deck out as a 2-1-2 for Charizard with a 1-0-1 for Incineroar. Charmander starter is ideal, so we increase the odds of that happening by including 2 of them versus the 1 Litten. For support cards, 2 Lilies has saved me so many times. The frustration can cause an opponent when you heal 120 HP over 2 turns is completely satisfying. Giant's Cape for hitting the 200 HP mark to help prevent one-shots, and Red for hitting the 170 damage benchmark are must-haves as well. Sabrina has also won me many a game by exposing the backline. You'll notice a lack of Iono, which a lot of people love running for stage 2 decks. At first, I loved including 1 or even 2 Ionos in this deck. It helped prevent bricked hands, which can easily happen when you're looking for so many cards to get started. Iono is more useful the more cards you have in your hand, but what happens if your hand gets too big? If I had a nickel for every time I had a Charizard and Rare Candy in my hand, followed by an enemy red card, I'd probably have more than 1 crown by now. This can destroy games, and with the introduction of so many stage 2 decks, more and more players are running red card and Mars, so preparing for it in ranked is key. This all goes down to how you play your first 2 turns in a match. Put yourself in your opponent's shoes. You see a Charizard EX deck with 4 cards in their hand on their first turn. How likely are you to use the red card upon seeing that? Now, how likely are you to use it if they only have 3 cards in their hand? Seems like a waste, right? Going back over to our deck, if a game starts with Charmander, Charizard, and Rare Candy in hand, that's generally considered a game-winning hand, but it's not playable until your 2nd turn, so the most important thing you can do is not shuffle your hand back into your deck. Red card makes this difficult, so what do? Keep your hand at 3 cards or less until it's your 2nd turn, when you're able to evolve. Even if it's not optimal, use cards simply for the sake of keeping your hand low. Have a 2nd Charmander but would rather only have a Litten on the bench? Play it anyway. Don't know who you want to give your Giant Cape to yet? Play it anyway. Have a red card of your own and they only have 3 cards? Play it anyway. Anything to stop them from wanting to red card you when you have your win condition in hand. The one card you don't want to play on your first turn is Professor's Research. Even if I don't have what I need on my first turn, I find myself never playing that card until at least my 2nd turn. Getting red carded right after a draw 2 not only negates the research, but that card stays in the discard pile, effectively making it worthless. Besides, even if the research draws you the stage 2 and a Rare Candy, you can't play them until your next turn anyway, so save it until then. The most important tip while playing this deck though is to have fun. You're not going to climb ranked if you're getting burnt out playing a deck you don't enjoy. Charizard is super fun to play for me, and I hope it can be for you too. But I sure would have more fun if they introduced more search cards like Ultra Ball. Please, I am begging you!